Well, I think if you want to have the uncomfortable conversation about Islam, it is sort of conducive to pedophilia. I mean, I don't necessarily think that you can reduce it to the idea that, oh, well, just because they happen to be, Pakistani
What planet are
British
you living
men,
on?
Ask her
that
again about the white school shooters.
where
She
I
didn't
read
answer
the
answer that
Quran.
question.
It's nice to have a conspiracy theorist on the line. It's always good fun. I hate to pull rank at you and sound like a twat, but
Not a
both of my
conspiracy
PhDs
theory,
are in
it's
philosophy
called
of
the
religion,
Quran.
and I think I'm slightly more qualified to speak about the Quran than you are, and to suggest even for a moment that that document allows for, what it does is condemn non-consensual marriage and non-consensual sexual contact.
Well, I'd look up the rates of child brides then, and I'd see what country.
Now, what you have just seen is a quote from Dr. Birmingham Man. Now, it's kind of depressing that me with my 0 PhDs in philosophy of religion or literally anything can dismantle basically just his entire argument. Because of one thing, the Iddah. Now, you may be thinking, what is the Iddah? Well, the Iddah is the period a woman must observe after the death of her husband or after a divorce, during which she cannot remarry. Now, the periods follow, The periods vary, but are as follows. The Iddah is 3 months for those of your women who have passed the age of monthly courses, until they give birth, for those who are pregnant, whether they are divorced or their husband is dead, and 3 months for those who have no courses. Now, this criteria specifically differentiates between those who have no periods because they are old and those who have no periods because they are prepubescent. This is backed up by scholars such as Ibn Kathir and Ibn al-Jalayan. I'm pretty sure I said that at least vaguely right, but I don't exactly speak Arabic. Now, to quote Ibn Kathir, her Iddah is 3 months instead of the 3 monthly cycles for those who menstruate, which is based upon the ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah, saying for the young who have not reached the years of menstruation. Their Iddah is 3 months, like those in menopause. What he is saying is that there is the Iddah for those who are prepubescent. That's just what he's saying. It's pretty undisputable unless you want to just bin off everything Ibn Kathir has said. Likewise, Al-Jalayan said, and as for those of your women who I don't speak enough Arabic for that. And as for those of your women who no longer expect to menstruate, if you have any doubts about their waiting period, their prescribed waiting period shall be 3 months. And also for those who have not yet menstruated because of their young age, their period shall also be 3 months. Once again, it's a presumably, I say presumably, that is just a well-respected Islamic scholar saying that you can divorce a prepubescent child after the said amount of time. It's not completely barbaric. Now, I must ask, don't you have to be married to someone in order to actually divorce them? Or specifically, don't you have to marry a prepubescent child in order to divorce a prepubescent child? And yet, Mr. Birmingham Man, or I guess Dr. Birmingham Man, seems to think that this is consensual. To quote him, to think that this document allows, it condemns non-consensual marriage and non-consensual sexual contact. Meaning that Dr. Birmingham Man is either lying, wrong, or he believes that children can consent. Any of these could be the case. I don't really know, and I don't really care. All I know is I'm pretty sure I've won.